How's everybody doing? This video is very important for everybody to sit from the beginning to the end to watch, to listen, to pay attention. This video I'm going to explain how the use of MK Ultra that has been now hidden behind the name Stargate is being used to control the minds of a whole population on the island of Hispaniola. It's being used to control the minds, to manipulate the minds of people. It's being used as a tool of kidnapping, a tool of murder, a tool of organ trafficking, a tool of political instability while here in the Dominican Republic. In order for me to branch into that, I'm going to give you a backdrop of how this MK Ultra came about into Dominican Republic. Me, I'm one of the few people who can say I'm a victim of organ trafficking. The only reason why I'm able to say this is because I'm one of the few that didn't get caught up. The reason why you don't hear about organ trafficking is because all the victims are dead. Me, I was able to dodge all of the instances that could have placed me in a position to be paralyzed by a pill. And took into where they was going to take me in order to take out my organs and sell them and kill me. Right now, how this all began is through a missions trip. I was working at a orphanage, and a team of individuals from a church came into the orphanage. At this time, I was just an interpreter, translator for the people that's coming in and the Haitians that are working at the orphanage. I was told that there was a job for me translating. I came, and it was like it's one person that came by itself. The conversation didn't even seem very, how can I say it, business-like, very negotiable. It was just, it seemed, the conversation was like, what the hell are we doing here? What am I translating? You know what I'm saying? They wasn't really saying shit. Now, I made some cash. The American dude came and he gave me some cash under the table. And the person that gave me the job, when I came to go get paid from him, he told me that the American dude that gave me the cash, that was my payment. Okay, no problem. Months down the line, the dude came back and told me there's a job, the group of Americans are coming in, and this group is going to be doing a lot of work around the orphanage. No problem. So they grabbed me and three other dudes. We were supposed to translate, blah, blah, blah. I ended up going around trying to learn how to do plumbing. So they was doing plumbing at the orphanage. They were putting solar panels, solar lights up. They were fixing the electricity in the building and all that. So I hung with the ones that were doing the plumbing. And then I moved on to the ones that was doing electricity, and I learned from electricity from them, and I came back to learn more plumbing. After a while, the dude that's doing the plumbing, that I'm watching do the plumbing, that I'm learning from, he informs me, he tells me, he suggests that I ask for a job. Okay, no problem. I go ask for a job. The dude gives me the founder of the organization that invited the church into the orphanage. Gave me a job application as if I'm in America. So I filled the job application out. I don't know this job application is what's going to be used to do a background check on me to figure out who I am. What happened was, what was going on was, I was chosen. I was chosen for a woman that's coming in to the group, to the orphanage, through the group, for a heart transplant. She needs a heart, and I was supposed to be the heart that she received. Now they know. They all sponsored 2 kids each. All the kids are dead. Organ trafficking. She sponsored me and another person that was an adult, but that person was still living in an orphanage. That person's dead. That person's dead. I'm still alive. I'm the only one out of that trip, out of that missions trip, that was sponsored, that's still alive. However, the way they sponsored me, the way this woman sponsored me was different than how the other one sponsored the kids. The woman sponsored me without me knowing I was being sponsored. After they left, I left, I went home. Days later, a week later, whatever, I get a contact from her. We get into talking, next you know, we get into relationship from November to December. That's all it took to ask me for marriage. That's all it took to ask me for marriage. Now, I accepted the marriage because it's a white woman that came and decided to be a part of my life. I don't know that everybody that is being sponsored are going to be killed. I don't know. These are all organ trafficking. This group is a non-NGO. It's a non-NGO that invited this church. And this church is a very popular church in New York, in Long Island. Now, I'm trying to explain this without naming names, because the way the situation is right now, that would allow the woman to leave me to where I have no funds because she's blocked all my avenues to working, to leave me to where I have no help because she slandered my name. She defamed me, made me look like something that I'm not. In order for her to use this Mkultra, now Stargate, and to connect me with all of the population in DR as well as Haiti. So now they decide if I live or die. You hear about remote viewing. That is the remote viewing. Me, I have the chip inside me, it's in my ear. And from me, the satellite that Obama, the one, I think is the executive order 13526 that Obama passed, and the reason why it passed like that, it passed as a NASA space study, is because the MK Ultra was put back because of errors. They had too many errors. It was not given proper information, blah blah blah, stuff like that. It had its faults. So in order to pass it through, they had to pass it through as a NASA Stargate invention being used, remote viewing being used to connect with the aliens.